Hello Internet! Shout is here, and it's time for another episode of Arena Time here on ShoutStone. We are continuing with our run with Trump through the arena. We're on Game 3 now, as Trump takes his warrior deck further and further into the arena in the hopes of getting a 9-win run. But let's see how it works out. So let's get into the action right now. It is Garrosh versus Rexxar. Trump playing the part of Garrosh the warrior, and Marijuana playing the part of Rexxar the hunter. Thinks he's so clever. Well, in any event, yeah, we are ready to get back into some action here. Now back to a regular schedule. The starter deck videos, the remaining starter deck videos, are going to be a little bit delayed, but we'll get them out, and you'll still be able to see those. But for now, we're just sort of going to get things rolling here. See kind of how this play goes. So, I know that many people know Trump probably from his streaming stuff, which of course you can find at twitch.tv/TrumpSC, but he also has a YouTube channel at youtube.com/TrumpSC, so you can catch some of the videos that he puts up there. Nothing shoutcasted, but sort of clips and highlights from his streaming and things like that, so it's good stuff. Anyway, so it looks like play is finally starting to kick off here. A secret has been put into play by the hunter player, as well as a starving buzzard, as well as a murloc. Now we're waiting to see how Trump wants to respond. He did armor up on his last turn, but he does have the coin that he's sitting on, so he's basically sitting on a 4-mana turn at this point. Looks like he is going to play. Looks like he's going to play Cleave to clear the field, and just pass the turn. So he's going to hold on to that coin for a little while longer. Try and find a good, opportune use for it. It is still plenty early. All right, Demolisher now coming into play. So at this point, all right, he looks like he's gonna drop that Korkron Elite, probably use that to clear the Demolisher off the field. But it could be Snipe that we're looking at on the as the secret that's in play. Yeah, Snipe and Explosive Trap are probably the two more popular traps that we tend to see in these games. But let's find out. Acolyte of Pain drops, and nope, nothing. So okay, he's gonna play Heroic Strike, and that's gonna trigger it. It's actually gonna be Snake Trap. Interesting choice. We don't really see that too much in the arena. Snake Trap usually is very useful, used in conjunction with things like Starving Hyena, or the Hyena makes an excellent option for these. Alright, gonna play a Timberwolf, buff up those snakes a little bit further, and a Raid Leader. Make some extra potent snakes. So the Minion of Pain does allow one card to be drawn, but now we're going to see a pretty sizable amount of damage coming in here for Trump. Does have another Cleave, so you can play that. He might drop that Stampeding Kodo first, which is going to take out that Wolf. So the threat of those snakes has been reduced a little bit. And play a Jungle Panther. Could take out everything with an even trade. But he's going to play Deadly Shot instead. Good use of it there, and deals a nice 6 points of damage to Trump. So we're seeing some pretty good play out of this hunter player here. Snake Trap, again, not usually a card you see very often in here. Oh, and an excellent use of Cleave there. Takes out that Jungle Panther and leaves just a solitary 1/1 snake to kind of neuter the threat that we had. Murloc War Leader coming out. We had seen one Murloc card come out earlier in the game. This could very well be a hunter deck designed with the Murloc Flare. Well, with the hopeful design of a Murloc Flare, I guess. We've seen 2 cards, but, you know, we are still looking at an arena deck. So Trump teasing that Frost Elemental. He could use that to freeze out that Murloc, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Get a nice 5/5 minion out there and hold off that 3 points of damage. So Trump right now, not quite at the halfway point. Oh, and here comes Ragnaros the Fire Lord. He is going to be significant trouble. In fact, Yeah, that's going to be really dangerous to deal with. I mean, Trump's going to have to get rid of Ragnaros soon, else he's going to be out of options here very quickly. Alright, so he's going to take out the other minion there. Clearing the field a little bit, does get a weapon in place thanks to that weaponsmith, and plays the Violet Teacher as well. Starts to inflict a little bit of damage, but he does put out some extra targets for Ragnaros. I think that was the key thing here, just get some other things out there and hopefully avoid what could happen here. Alright, does play that deadly shot, reduces the amount of potential targets, here we go, and it does hit a minion. So Trump saved for at least one more turn, but it's not looking good for our hero here. So it's really tricky at this point because, you know, he's got to get minions out there to act as damage absorption targets, basically. I mean, he can at least save himself for one more turn, potentially, by hitting his armor up. And then he can take out that loot hoarder with his own weapon or with something else. It's a really challenging play here. He also has that Lord of the Arena, which he can at least use to, you know, hold off any serious damage. But he is still looking at, you know, he's looking at the 8 points of damage coming off of Ragnaros, a potential 2 coming off that Loot Hoarder, and the 2 points of damage coming off the Hero Power. So he's going to play Commanding Shout. Could do that. That'll allow him to get a free 5 points of damage, but he's got to act quickly. His time is running out here. Decisions. Alright, he's going to sacrifice himself to take out that Loot Hoarder. Going to start inflicting pain. Armor up. He's at 7 points. Ragnaros has to hit one of those minion targets. That Hero Power can blow apart the armor, so that's not a sizable threat, but we're still... The game is teetering on the edge and off the chance that Ragnaros does not attack him. Alright, so he does burn his Hero Power, burns the armor, passes the turn, and it takes out the Elemental. So, another turn alive, but we are now running out of options here. It's going to be very difficult to try and come back from this, if he even can. Gonna play Commanding Shout, gets an extra card draw. We'll play that Dark Iron Dwarf. Could play Inner Rage, which will give that minion enough damage to take Ragnaros out. And he will do that. Ragnaros will die. That minion will stay alive. Things are still looking okay so far. He's going to armor up and pass the turn, I think. Okay, so he has taken Ragnaros out of play. He's looking at 7 HP right now. That Stormwind Knight can only attack, or Stormwind Champion, I should say, can only attack. Oh, but he does manage to clear that out. And there it is. Burns the armor, and we'll finish him off with the champion. So, unfortunately, that was a really, really difficult game for Trump. It was going to be hard anyway to just try and recover from that. But he does manage to ends up losing the game, unfortunately. But a good round of play. Did try everything in his arsenal to hold it off. Had to rely a lot on luck and the randomness of Ragnaros. But it was a well-played game all around, and Trump is going to go down to 2-1 on this arena run so far. But we will come back on Friday for the next round and see how he fares in Game 4. But that is going to do it for this episode of ShoutStone. I'll be back tomorrow with more Hearthstone action as always. Don't forget to subscribe for daily updates. You can also find me on Facebook and on Twitter. Links are in the description, so find me and follow me there. And like the video, leave a comment. It's always appreciated. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.